name is Nate the Great. I am a detective. I have a dog, Sludge. He is a detective too. He helps me with my cases. But one day, I had to help Sludge with his case. It was Valentine's Day. Sludge was napping in his doghouse. I tiptoed up to it. I saw a big red paper heart taped to the outside of the house. Something was printed on the heart. I love you, Sludge, more than fudge. Someone had given Sludge a valentine. I was glad that no one had given me a valentine. I, Nate the Great, do not like mushy words or slushy words. I, Nate the Great, do not want to be anyone's valentine. Sludge came out of his doghouse. I showed him his valentine. It was signed with initials, A.B.H. Who is A.B.H.? I asked Sludge. Sludge sniffed the valentine and sniffed it. He did not know who it was from either. He looked at me. You want me to help you find out who sent you this valentine? I asked. This is not my kind of case, but Sludge is my kind of dog. I wrote a note to my mother. Dear Mother, I am on a valentine case. Somebody loves Sludge more than fudge. When I find out who, I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. Sludge and I looked for footprints around his doghouse. Sludge carried his valentine in his mouth while he looked. He liked it. We did not see any footprints. I was thinking, what clues do I have? The printing on the valentine was made with stencils. Anybody could have done it. And anybody could have stuck the valentine on the doghouse. Who do Sludge and I know? We know Rosamond, Oliver, Claude, Annie, Annie's little brother Harry, Esmeralda, Pip, and Finley. None of them have the initials A.B.H. I saw Annie and her dog Fang coming toward us. Fang will never be anybody's valentine. I have a case for you, Annie said. I can't find a valentine that I made. Please look for it. I already have a valentine case, I said. Somebody gave Sludge a valentine, but we don't know who. I, Nate the Great, take only one case at a time. I must find my valentine, Annie said. Please? I wrote another note to my mother. Dear Mother, 2 valentine cases. I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. Tell me about your missing valentine, I said to Annie. This morning, Rosamond and I each made a valentine at my house. Annie said. Rosamond called them Valentwins. Valentwins? Yes, because her valentine and my valentine looked exactly alike. We each cut out a big red paper heart. We each printed I love you on our hearts. Then what happened? I asked. Rosamond went home with her valentine. Annie said. I began to sign my name on mine. I was going to give it to my little brother Harry. But Fang came into my room. He looked hungry. I, Nate the Great, knew that look very well. Fang and I went to the kitchen. Annie said. I gave him some kibbles. When I got back to my room, my Valentine was gone. Did Rosamond tell you who she was making her Valentine for? I asked. No. Annie said. What does that have to do with my case? Nothing, I said. But I am on 2 cases at the same time. Remember? I pointed to Sludge. Please look at the Valentine Sludge is carrying. Does that look like the ones that you and Rosamond made? Yes, Annie said. Except that there's more printed on this one. And this one also has initials. Rosamond's Valentine and my Valentine just said, I love you. But then you started to sign yours, I said. Yes, but I didn't get very far. Annie said. You may not have gotten very far, I said. But Rosamond could have printed much more on her Valentine when she got home. I need the grate. See that Rosamond made her Valentine for Sludge. Why would she do that? Annie asked. Only Rosamond knows, I said. Last year, she made a Valentine for the man on the moon. So, you have solved your case. Annie said. Not quite, I said. Sludge's Valentine was signed with the initials ABH. Those are not Rosamond's initials. Why would she print them on her Valentine? Before I solve a case, all the pieces have to fit. Do you have any clues in my case? Annie asked. I don't know. Show me where your Valentine was the last time you saw it. We all walked to Annie's house. We went to her room. She pointed to her desk. The Valentine was right here, she said. I looked at Annie's desk. There were pencils and stencils and paste and red paper on it. No Valentine. Sludge was sniffing the desk. There are no clues on this desk, I said to him. But Sludge kept sniffing. I peered over and under, in back of, in front of, and inside of things. I could not find Annie's Valentine. Your Valentine is not in this room, I said. Tell me, was anybody in your house besides you and Fang when your Valentine disappeared? Yes. Annie said. Harry was in his room. He could have gone to your room while you were in the kitchen. I suppose. Annie said. But he wouldn't have taken the Valentine. He knew I was going to give it to him right after I finished signing my name to it. Perhaps he was in a hurry to have it, I said. No. Annie said. Harry doesn't like Valentines. Then why did you make one for him? I asked. Annie smiled. I like to give Valentines. So you like to give, but Harry doesn't like to get, I said. That could be important. Then again, it might not be important. I must talk to Harry. Where is he? Annie shrugged. He disappeared when the Valentine disappeared. Aha! I said. That could be a big clue. Where does Harry like to go? He likes to go to Rosamond's house to play with her hexes. Annie said. Her hexes? You know, Rosamond's cats. She has a super hex, a big hex, a plain hex, and the little hex. Yes, I said, Rosamond has a hex for all occasions. Suddenly, Nathan Great, thought of something. I have just solved the case, I said. Oh, great! Annie said, Where is my Valentine? No, not your case, Sludge's case. I have not been thinking strange enough. If I had, I would have known that the pieces fit. I must speak to Rosamond. And look for Harry. Annie said, Nate the Great, do not like to go to Rosamond's house. But now I had 2 reasons to go there. Annie, Sludge, Fang, and I rushed to Rosamond's house. Rosamond was sitting on her floor, making a strange, squishy brown valentine. Her 4 cats were crawling all over her. I am on 2 cases, I said. I need Harry for one and you for the other. Harry was here playing with my cats, Rosamond said. But he left. I don't know where he went, but I'm here. Why do you need me? I took Sludge's valentine from his mouth. I handed it to Rosamond. Nate the Great, say that you made this valentine for Sludge and signed it ABH. Those are the initials for a big hex. This valentine was from Big Hex to Sludge, right? Wrong, Rosamond said. This valentine looks like the one I made, except for the Sludge part and the initials. You didn't add words or initials to yours? I asked. I added words, Rosamond said. But these are not the words. Besides, I would never do a strange thing like make a valentine for a cat to give to a dog. Rosamond would do even stranger things, but I did not want to go into that. I made my valentine for a person, Rosamond said. But it's a secret who. Right now, I am making a valentine out of liver for my cats. They haven't been eating their liver lately. It's too good to throw away, so I am changing it into something different. Want to watch my cats eat their valentine? It was time to leave. I said to Annie, Go to your house and wait there, in case Harry comes back. Sludge and I went home. I have to eat pancakes, I said to Sludge. I have to think. I have to think twice as hard as I would if I had only 1 case to solve. I made some pancakes. I gave Sludge a bone. I thought about Sludge's case. Sludge is a great dog. Everybody loves him. Anybody could have given him the valentine. That was no help to me. I thought about Annie's case. The only person who could have taken the valentine meant for Harry was Harry. But Annie said that Harry doesn't like valentines. I made more pancakes. What had I learned at Rosamond's house? I learned what she did with liver that her cats didn't want. If that was a clue, it was a strange one. What had I learned at Annie's house? Sludge had kept sniffing at Annie's desk, where her valentine had been. Was that a clue? Perhaps. But what case was it a clue for? Sludge's case? Or Annie's case? Or both? Did it matter? Perhaps I could use a clue from one case to help solve another case. I picked up Sludge's valentine where he had dropped it while he chewed his bone. There had to be a reason why Sludge's Valentine looked like Annie's and Rosamond's. But Rosamond said she had made hers for a secret person, and Annie said she had made hers for her brother Harry. I stared at the initials ABH. I now knew they didn't mean a big X. But they had to be somebody's initials. Who would sign ABH? Suddenly, I, Nate the Great, had a lot of pieces that fit. We must go back to Annie's house, I said. Sludge dropped his bone and picked up his Valentine. We went to Annie's house. Sludge sniffed Annie's desk again. I have solved your case, I said to Annie. See how Sludge is sniffing your desk? That's because his Valentine was once on your desk. His Valentine was your Valentine. What? Annie said. How much of your name did you print on your Valentine before you had to stop? I asked. Just A. Annie said. I was going to finish with NNIE. I, Nate the Great, say that your brother Harry saw the Valentine you made for him. He didn't want it, so he added the words sludge more than fudge. Then he added B and H to the A you had signed. ABH stands for Annie's brother Harry. Then he took the Valentine to Sludge's doghouse and stuck it there. But why didn't he just throw away the Valentine instead of doing all of that? Annie asked. For the same reason Rosamond could not throw away the liver, I said. Remember when she told us it was too good to throw away? So she changed it into something different. Harry did not want to throw away something good either. The Valentine you made for him. So he changed it into something different. A Valentine for Sludge. But why Sludge? Annie asked. Look how much Sludge likes it. I said. Harry had a very good idea. I will never make another Valentine for Harry. Annie said. Harry will be glad to hear that. I said. I turned to go. I had solved Annie's case. I had solved Sludge's case. They were the same case. Sludge and I walked home. I saw something stuck to my front door. It was a big red paper heart. I had gotten a Valentine after all. I knew who it was from. I knew what I did not want to know. I was Rosamond's secret person. I walked up to the door. I, Nate the Great, was about to read that Rosamond loves me. I was not ready for that. I would never be ready for that. But I had to face it. I read, I love you, Nate, because you're great. I had to take this Valentine off my door. But if I touched it, it would be mine. Perhaps the Valentine would fall off by itself, or blow away, rot, die. I, Nate the Great, could wait. I stepped backward. I knew another house where I could wait. Sludge was very glad to have me.